Think about the sheer volume of content being published, like every single second. You can spend countless hours building this incredibly robust website and crafting the perfect message. But honestly, the real challenge today isn't creation. It's cutting through all that algorithmic noise. Getting your work actually discovered is the ultimate hurdle in today's digital landscape. So, welcome to this explainer. Today, we're going to entirely demystify the mechanics of digital discovery. We are going way beyond the basics to break down exactly how search algorithms evaluate user intent, how social platforms measure engagement, and most importantly, how we can analyze those data sets to turn raw visibility into a predictable, scalable strategy. All right, let's dive right in.
Here is our roadmap for today. First, we'll cover the traffic discovery roadmap. Then, we'll get into search and SEO fundamentals, followed by decoding search metrics. After that, it's social media and virality, and finally, campaign performance analytics.
Starting us off with Section 1, the Traffic Discovery Roadmap.
To truly master web analytics, you really have to look at the entire ecosystem as a continuous 8-step journey. This roadmap is basically our master blueprint. It moves sequentially from active search and keyword analysis straight through to social media engagement and overarching campaign analytics. But, the most absolutely crucial insight here isn't necessarily the individual steps themselves. It's that massive pivot that happens right in the middle. The entire sequence completely hinges on the exact moment where traffic acquisition transforms into user engagement. Getting someone to click a link, that's acquisition. Keeping them on the page, interacting with your content, that's engagement. If your acquisition efforts are wildly outpacing your ability to engage users, well, you basically just have a leaky bucket. Every analytical decision we make going forward is about strengthening that specific bridge.
Moving right along to Section 2, Search and SEO Fundamentals. When we talk about SEO within the context of web analytics, we're really talking about a highly dynamic behavioral database. It is, without a doubt, the ultimate measure of user intent. Search engine optimization isn't just about tweaking some back-end code to please a crawler anymore. It's a rigorous framework for evaluating your true search visibility. Algorithms have evolved way past simple keyword density. They're now these incredibly sophisticated semantic engines designed to serve authoritative solutions to specific problems. So, evaluating your SEO performance means actively using data to ensure your digital real estate perfectly aligns with the exact problems your users are actively trying to solve.
Next up, Section 3, Decoding Search Metrics.
To actually prove that visibility, we rely on 4 foundational metrics. But the real value here comes from understanding the relationship between them. We all know impressions represent potential eyeballs, right? And clicks are the active visits. But click-through rate, or CTR, is the vital intent-to-action bridge. It literally measures the sheer persuasive power of your headline and meta description. Then you have average position, which acts as the ultimate multiplier for all those other metrics. Think about it. A highly persuasive title with a fantastic CTR won't really matter if your average position is hovering around rank 45. On the flip side, securing that #1 spot creates an exponential multiplier effect on your baseline clicks. Analyzing these metrics means you are constantly on the hunt for the bottlenecks between your potential reach and actual user action. When you really start digging into search query datasets, you move from just measuring broad traffic to identifying highly specific user intent. You're not just looking for queries that bring in the highest sheer volume, because, let's face it, high volume often just equals low conversion. Instead, advanced keyword analysis is all about uncovering those hidden gems and mismatched intent. For example, your data might reveal that your target audience isn't actually searching for your broad category term like financial software. Instead, they might be using super specific long-tail queries like how to automate freelance tax deductions. By evaluating the performance of those highly specific streams of organic traffic, you can completely pivot your content strategy to capture that precise, high-intent audience before your competitors even know they're out there.
But search is really only half the battle. Active intent is incredibly powerful, but what happens when we interrupt the feed? How do we measure social engagement once they actually find us?
Which brings us to Section 4, Social Media and Virality.
In the world of search, a click is the primary goal. But when we evaluate social media performance, an impression or a click is just the very beginning. We really have to analyze the strict algorithmic hierarchy of engagement metrics. Think of a like as essentially a passive head nod from a user. A comment? That represents active participation and a real investment in the topic. But saves and shares? Those are algorithmic gold, seriously. When a user saves or shares your content, It sends an undeniable signal to the platform that your material is valuable enough to be bookmarked for later or distributed to entirely new networks. That specific depth of interaction is exactly what weights the algorithm heavily in your favor.
And you know, when that content spreads rapidly, it isn't just random luck. Virality actually leaves very distinct footprints in the data. Identifying these virality indicators requires looking closely at the specific attributes that compel massive sharing. Often, these indicators correlate really strongly with high arousal emotions, things like awe, anger, or intense surprise. The data will also show you patterns in immediate hook retention rates, like did users stay past that critical first 3 seconds? It'll also show you early sharing velocity within the very first hour of posting. By isolating and analyzing these virality indicators in your data sets, you uncover the exact structural DNA of what makes your content spread. And that lets you engineer your future posts for maximum reach.
Finally, bringing it all together with Section 5, Campaign Performance Analytics.
When it comes time to evaluate an overarching initiative, we have to track funnel velocity. Interpreting campaign performance basically means analyzing how efficiently your top-of-funnel metrics bleed down into bottom-of-funnel actions. Reach and impressions cast that initial wide net, but the true health of the campaign is determined by the ratio of that reach to active clicks and ultimately conversions. The conversion rate is the ruthless validator of your entire strategy. Whether a conversion means a product sale, an email sign-up, or downloading a white paper, tracking the efficiency of that entire sequence dictates your acquisition cost and absolutely proves the return on your investment.
But here is an absolutely critical trap that so many digital marketers fall into: analysis paralysis. It is dangerously easy to log into a dashboard, spend an hour staring at beautiful, colorful charts, and accomplish absolutely nothing. Step 1, interpreting the metrics, and Step 2, evaluating performance. Those are merely the setup. Step 3 is where the actual job happens, recommending actionable improvements. Data without action is literally just trivia. The goal of diving into search visibility or social engagement is never to just report on what happened yesterday. The whole point is to use those insights to make your strategy tangibly, measurably better tomorrow. This entire journey we've been on today is grounded in one profoundly true concept: analytics can support better marketing decisions. We have moved so far past the post and pray era of just throwing content at the wall to see what sticks. By synthesizing these two massive engines, active search intent and passive social virality, we can build a comprehensive, multi-engine strategy. When you leverage it correctly, analytics transforms digital marketing from an unpredictable guessing game into a rigorous applied science.
You now have the blueprint to understand precisely how your audience discovers you, all the way from the depths of keyword intent to the explosive velocity of social sharing. So as you open your own dashboards today, ask yourself, what will the data reveal about your next marketing decision?